Hi everybody, Mike here with Mount Hope Farms. I'm gonna give you a quick run through what we're doing today here in the shop. Well, it'll probably be all week here in the shop. When the weather isn't as nice as it was a few days ago and we can't be out pruning on the grapes and the rest of the crops, we try to work here in the shop and get caught up on a little bit of our equipment maintenance and things of that sort. And our project today is we're giving the 4020 some much needed care. We had a little incident here last year when we were pruning on fence rows. We'll have a loader bucket that we'll put on the front of the 4020 and use it to run one of us up and run a pole saw to prune limbs out of the fence rows and get those back so that they're not rubbing on tractors and combines when we go by. Anyway, be a great opportunity to play Whose Fault Is It Anyway on this little gem of a ding that we left in the hood of the tractor. But when it's just me and my dad out here doing most of the farm work most times, that game, there's never a good outcome for it. In this case, it was my fault. I was the one running the pole saw. I made a bad cut. The branch, instead of dropping straight down, it swung, bounced on its tip, and tipped and laid itself out over the tractor. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Everybody was fine. The tractor wasn't even really hurt too bad, other than a nice big dent in the hood right by where the cab sits, or where the driver sits. There's no cab on this tractor. So we've pulled all the tin off around here. We're getting ready to clean this all up and then send it over to a neighbor of ours that does body work on cars. He's gonna clean it all up for us, take the dents out, get it all straightened back up, and shoot it with a nice fresh coat of paint. We also picked up new decals from John Deere, so the tin John Deere down there is gonna get replaced on both sides. We'll get the little silver chrome medallion that goes in the center of the hood put back on that had came off in another previous accident with it. The 4020 diesel on the side panels will get replaced. It'll look shiny brand new. The tractor itself, we also have the front wheels off because the tires on this were wore out. We have another tractor that runs on the same size tires, and we've swapped the best of the used ones onto this tractor for a number of years, but sooner or later they do wear out. And the rims, we had some calcium in there to weight the front end down. That's another job I've got in front of me, is cleaning up these rims, and we're going to spray it with another coat of yellow paint to protect the interior of them from rust with the calcium weight, and to get the outside of them looking nice and pretty again. While we have this in here, it's going to get some much needed TLC in the shop here. Going to be spraying, once we have the wheels back on, taking this out, pressure washing everything down, getting the dirt, grease, gunk all off of it, and inspecting everything over really carefully while we have it all opened up. It's a great opportunity to get in here and make sure everything is really good. We might be working on the starter as well. I think this was the tractor we were having issue with it on. We've had issues with a few starters on different tractors out here over the years, and it's been a real pain trying to get some that are decent quality that are going to hold up and last the way they should. Also be doing a little bit of work on the repacking the wheel bearings on the front end, and some work on that as well. Another little gem we found when we pulled all the shields off here that we wouldn't have found if we hadn't have been doing this is right down here. This clip has been rubbing, and it's kind of tough to see it. There's a rub mark there through the paint. That's not dirt, that's worn down into the metal on our fuel tank. Luckily it has not rubbed through yet, so we're going to be working on putting some padding in there in between those clips and the fuel tank so we don't rub a hole in our fuel tank. This tractor has been our everyday work tractor for years and years. It was the only tractor my dad bought new, And my mom still claims that that the principal of her school that she was working at the time put him up to that, because she was handed papers to sign for renewing her contract at the school, and that same afternoon my dad walked in and told her that he bought a brand new tractor. She couldn't sign those papers fast enough. So this was the only tractor we bought new. It's been a great tractor. It's one of our favorites. It was a 68 or 69 4020 with the power shift on it. It's been just a workhorse for us. Another thing we have to do here is these narrow tires are going to be getting taken off because it's winter time and we need more flotation, and our float tires are going to be put back onto this. That's a little bit of a challenge to get these all positioned up and back on, but it's not impossible to do. We do this fairly frequently. This year may be a little different. I'll be doing more of the heavy lifting myself on these. His dad's been a little under the weather, and so he hasn't been able to help out quite as much. Usually it's a two-person job, goes really nice and smooth. We'll see how we make her work with a little less manpower this year. Reason we don't run those all the time is, one, when we don't need them for flotation out in the field, they waller down a lot of the crop. That can lead to some yield loss. And two, those tires are insanely expensive. And on top of that, they don't make that size of tire anymore. When those things are shot, we have to replace not just the tires, but the rims as well, because those are custom built rims for this tractor, for that tire, to make this all work. Needless to say, we're trying to get as much life as we can out of those, because we really don't want to have to work on replacing that. That's not something we're looking forward to. But anyway, this tractor's going to be in here in the shop for this week. We'll be working on it when the weather isn't too nice outside, cleaning up the radiators, cleaning up the oil cooler. It'll get its annual oil change on it, and we'll be going through checking everything over real thorough to make sure there's no other issues. We'll also probably shoot a coat of green paint on the main tractor here itself. It won't be near as nice a job as the tin is going to get, because like I said, we're sending that over to our neighbor. He does auto body work and paint for a profession, and he is far, far better at getting good coverage, good coats, and a good finish on this stuff than we ever could dream of being. So that's a little look at what we are doing in the shop here this week. Hopefully, if I can keep on track with everything and everything runs nice and smooth, we'll have this tractor back and ready to go by the end of the week. If you like the video you just saw from us, be sure, go on, subscribe to our channel. Click the subscribe button. Comment, interact with us. We love answering questions. We love getting feedback and explaining more what's going on out here. That's the whole reason we're doing this, is to give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what we're doing on the farm. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. You can interact with us there too. But interact with us. We love answering questions. We want to know what you guys want to know about what's going on out here so we can show you. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.